This is a crazy story that happened to me, right? I'm walking over to my car, right? And I was thinking about ideas about, being an entrepreneur, being a road runner, being a risk taker. And then I look to my left and I see him. He has the same face as me. He had the same walk as me. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he says, "You're weak." I tell him, "What are you talking about?" He looks at me, disappointed. He says, "You rush everything." And I look at him and I'm just like, "That's not true. I'm efficient." And he interrupts me out of nowhere. He says, "No, you're anxious." And then he hands me a notebook. And I'm looking at all the pages. And I noticed that every page is blank. And in my head, I was like, this guy's giving me a blank notebook? What is this? Right? And I tell him, I was just like, what is this supposed to mean? He says, "This is your life." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He pauses for a second, which honestly scared me more than the answer. He says, "None of the days you lived accomplished anything." And I said, "How? I was a good person." He says, "Being a good person doesn't mean anything if you didn't accomplish anything worthy." And I don't know why that felt personal. Then I ask him, "When does this end?" Because apparently I thought standing there counted as an effort. He says, "You don't. But the pigeons will let you know when you can rest." Then he turns around and he runs straight into a concrete wall. He had no reaction. Then he disappears. So yeah, I spent a few weeks trying to meditate in grocery stores. I learned kung fu, and now I can talk to the pigeons.